All right, folks, it's Sunday. It's calm. Well, it's calm here. And we're going to go offshore. We don't even need to stop for bait. We have bait.
We have bait. We have Rich. We have gloves.
Yep. Well, we tried to go offshore twice. And, yeah. If you can, well, these rollers are from a boat that just went by, a pretty big boat, but it is rough out there. It's calm as all get out in the bay, but it's rough out there. So stopped by a spot, caught a nice sea bass, caught a couple of them so far. Rich keeps on feeding the fish. Come on, man. That's why I wasn't so quick. So anyway, we're gonna stick it out inside. I doubt we're gonna be able to get out. It's once you get to a certain point, you can see the breakers breaking over the sandbars out. And I told them, I said, when we went up like this and then came back down, I was like, yeah, no. Ooh, another sea bass. Heck yeah, man. Rich is on. Rich, I'm gonna make you famous. Well, not a, oh, another sea bass. Yeah. We're getting excited about sea bass. Hey, they're good eating though, man. Those are nice ones too.
Come on, Rich.
But like I said, we really wanted to go offshore. I had a friend of mine that gifted me 3,000 numbers, and we wanted to go out and hit some of them, but it's just, I don't think it's gonna happen today. I mean, it is, like I said, it is slick calm, just some rollers coming in off the Gulf, but you just got to take what God gives you. I told Chad he's a pansy because he didn't want to go out there.
Yeah, okay.
No, I'm usually pretty good about navigating a boat in rough water and stuff, but it just wasn't worth it. It's just not worth it. You don't want to risk something when it's not worth it. We have a almost 25-foot boat, and it's a bay boat, and I just wasn't meant to be. So we're gonna see what happens in here. So just because you can't keep grouper right now doesn't mean you can't catch sea bass. We've caught some snapper, just not big enough for us to keep. But I think we've got 4 sea bass in the boat.
Yep.
Chad's on again.
Feels like a snapper. A baby snapper.
Baby snapper. And he is dead on. Jesus criminy, that's embarrassing. Rich, when they hit it like that, you're supposed to. Come on. Rich is on. Ooh! Oh! Jesus, you know what Rich's title is today? What is it, Rich?
What's the title?
I suck. Rich sucks.
Rich sucks.
It's all in good fun, though.
It's my turn.
It's all in good fun. So what we're doing is two of us are using live bait, live white bait, and Chad is using shrimp. And we've been catching fish on all baits that we have. We haven't tried a pinfish yet, and I haven't tried cut bait yet, but I'm thinking about it. What's happening is that tide is starting to slow down, and so at first we were going to go inshore, and I'm like, I don't want to go inshore. So I came out to these numbers, and we haven't really particularly fished this spot. I don't think we've ever fished this spot.
Oh, wow.
Come on, man. Oh, no. Ow.
That's karma right there.
Karma for what?
For making fun of Rich.
All I'm doing is taking that white bait and hook it right on top of the nose. I'm using a 1 ounce regular jig head.
Wrong side. You're supposed to lift up, not drop it.
Sea bass. Foul hook, sea bass. don't think he's gonna make the minute.
He's got a fight up.
Ooh, nice sea bass.
You got a minute ago?
Yours is sweet. You throw yours in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, yours is sweet. Mine's the one that.
Questionable.
They were at 10 inches, right? Oh, yeah, loading the boat. I thought you had one, Chad. Oh, are you catching on a bear jig? I saw you reeling it up, and I'm like, because I had that happen to me before, huh?
I don't need no stinking bait. Look at that.
Oh
sea
my
bass.
God!
Look at that sea bass.
Holy sea bass!
That's a chunk.
That is definitely a chunk, man. That's probably one of the third largest one we've caught.
I don't know about the
Yeah,
largest.
he's wide.
That thing's tall. I mean, look at the nut.
Yeah. Yes. Well, folks, I think we found our sea bass spot. That one actually ate a bear jig. Rich is on. Another sea bass.
Another sea bass.
How many can we keep? I gotta look it up. Well, I just went and looked up the what the regulations are, because I was pretty positive, but I just wanted to. Oh, you caught him on a jig. Look at that. But the minimum length in the Gulf is 10 inches, and it's 100 pounds per harvester. That Rich, tell him to come back and put his fish in the cooler.
Hey, Rich, since you're not doing anything but standing around.
That's just not right, man. Chad needs to be slapped upside the head for that one. But anyway, that's a lot of sea bass.
300 pounds?
You think we can catch 300 pounds?
I don't know where we're going to put 300 pounds.
Stop keeping the one.
Rich!
We're going to have to let
How are
Rich
you
out.
hooking that
Rich,
bait?
Rich, if you keep losing bait, we're going to have to throw you out to keep more sea bass.
Yeah. So anyway, if you aren't really sure about regulations and you're out on the water, make sure you look it up. I looked it up on my FWC. They have Fish App Rules is another one. So just make sure you know what you're doing. I mean, I knew it was 10 inches. I just didn't know how many we could keep. And Chad is like, oh, it's a buttload, it's a buttload, it's a buttload. And I'm like, well, what's a buttload, Chad?
It's a buttload.
Well, 100 pounds per harvester is a buttload. Ooh, Chad might have a good one. Yeah. Chad's catching him on the jig. We have all this bait on board and he wants to put on a jig.
Because they keep getting the shrimp off. Rich, if we're going to hit 300 pounds, you're going to start catching some. Oh. Catch some fish, not my line.
The fish are on your line most of the time.
If you've never had sea bass, it is like a white meat. It's beautiful. It's an absolute beautiful. Well, you can just start putting them in the bucket.
I'll just drop them in the bucket.
It's a beautiful white meat.
Almost.
It's almost what?
Almost like a blue.
Yeah, almost like a blue color. But they're good eating fish. So I think I'm gonna have to contact my wife so she can put on makeup.
Oh.
So she can put on. Hey, it's not me.
Third world country issues right there.
It's not me, it's her. She's like, oh, I gotta have makeup on to do a catch, clean, cook. I'm like, whatever.
Pants on, get dressed. Do the hair.
So I guess I need to contact her and let her know. But I think we're having chicken wings for the football game tonight. God dang, this place must be loaded with them. Who needs bait? Well, not when you catch the biggest one on a bear jig.
I'll take it. Look at the colors.
Yeah.
Zoom in on his eyes. Those are some pretty colors, and it's cloudy today. Imagine if we had some light.
Oh, I just lost one on a bear jig.
That's all right.
Chad's about to slap me in the face with his So I'm gonna bear jig it again and see if I can't hook one.
Woohoo!
Is that a good
That
one?
one actually got me to stop reeling for a second.
Yeah.
Not a beast, but it's a nice one.
Yeah, not bad.
I mean, look at it compared to your head. You know what he's got in his mouth,
What?
Rich? Nacho bait. That's horrible. He was just at Taco Bell because he got nacho bait.
Jigging on a bear jig.
You don't even need no bait. That's the thing, yeah.
Oh!
You suck!
Come on, man.
I was giving Rich some crap. You let the big ones go. Come on, Rich, you got one. That puts you ahead of Todd. What? How are we gonna get to 300 pounds if you're letting them go?
I'm not catching half pounders.
Turn into a
Conservationist.
conservationist. We're gonna have to leave him off.
Yeah,
the
we'll,
dock.
we'll drive over to the island and let him off.
You want to clean 300 pounds of 10-inch fish?
Sure.
Chad will.
I'll put the electric knife on and go to it.
We'll meet in the french fry.
That's stupid. Eating bear. Oh,
That was a snapper.
I got a snap on a bit. Well,
Kinda.
yeah.
You talked him into it.
I mean, they're hitting it, but you know the fish are hungry when they're eating bear chickens.
You almost lost that one. Did it go there?
No.
Oh, I got a grouper.
Nice.
Nice. Look at
Sure.
their bellies. They've been eating something.
Yeah, they are.
Must be all of Rich's baits.
He is fat, boy. He looks like you, Chad. I don't even know why I'm reaching down to get a bait.
I can't even imagine if they were actually big. Like Rich was saying,
Yeah.
if they were 20 inches, I don't know how you'd ever get them up. Come on, Rich.
That was fun.
Oh. Grouper.
Folks, our jigs are so good that you don't even need bait. But look, I was about to lean down and get more bait. No bait. Pure jig. Watch. Jig. Watch me not catch one. Look at that. Bear jig head.
Snapper. That's a river snapper.
It is.
Dark.
All right, looks like we pretty much ran this spot out. We caught a lot of sea bass. A lot of sea bass. Some grouper, one lane snapper, some mangrove snapper. So we're gonna move, see what we can find. It's still blowing pretty good out there, but let me show you what we were fishing on here. You can see where we have some, it's actually a ledge out here, and it was pretty loaded. So we're going to go to another spot and see what we can do and go from there. But that was pretty good. We caught a lot of sea bass, so pretty happy with that. Ooh, look at the size of that sea bass. Kick his ass, Seabass.
Kick his ass, Seabass!
Oh, Lord. All right, so we moved spots, and the funny part about this spot is I'll show you when we leave here. All it showed is on the side imaging, it was a very slight faint line indicating that there was something different there. And then when I went over it with a regular sonar, it was just like a small little hump. It went from 47.8 to 46.2. So it went up a little bit more than a foot and a half. And it was marking a lot of fish on it. So I said, we've got to fish this. And it was very obscure. And sure enough, first two fish in the boat, one was a sea bass about that big, and the other one was about that big.
Two were about it.
Oh, you caught two? But we're marking some fish here, but right behind the boat, the tide is pretty much starting to die. But right behind the boat is where this location is. So what I did is I just got us up just ahead of it, and so we could drop back to it because the tide is slowly going out, but we may have to inch backwards to get to it a little bit more. Good job, Rich. Oh, it's a good thing there's no grouper season's closed.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's when you catch them like that.
Yeah.
We're just having fun with the gags. We've got a cooler full of fish, so I said, let's go see if we can free line to some gags. Not bad. As I tell people all the time, you want to kind of up your game, even if gags are closed. That doesn't mean you can't go out and find new spots and have spots for when gag grouper season opens, because these fish aren't moving around a lot. They'll move from spot to spot inside the bay, but other than that, they're not moving around a lot. So take the time, even in the off season, to go and look. You can do all kinds of fishing. Like today, we tried to run offshore, but it was too rough. Then we went and caught a bunch of sea bass, which was a lot of fun. We caught some really nice sea bass. And now we're freelining a grouper, and probably at the end of the day, we're gonna probably catch some snook and trout and redfish. So just make a day of it. Go and try to find, as I tell most everybody that comes into my shop, I try to find 2 to 3 new spots every time we go out. Now, I haven't looked for any new spots yet. We've hit pretty much all the spots that I've marked, but I'll probably work an area that I haven't worked or haven't worked in a long time. So let's see what we can do. I don't know what the other two guys are doing on this boat, but they ain't contributing nothing, at least for the last 15-20 minutes. Well, it was another great day in the water, as Chad leaves me.
Leaves you hanging.
We had fun, caught some nice sea bass. That one on the end is really nice. But you never know what you're going to go out and catch in Tampa Bay. That's the neat thing about it, is we know that these particular spots that we were fishing hold sea bass. We'll catch a couple here and there, and then the other fish will move in. But these guys were pretty ferocious
aggressive
today. They were eating bear jigs. I mean, we were just
Hey, watch it.
bear jigging it, and they were eating it. So it's they were really aggressive today. So again, unfortunately, we couldn't get offshore, but we're going to do it next week. And everybody that hasn't gotten their jig order from this last week and a half, I'm just waiting on regular jig hooks to come in. I may have to buy them from another source, which I really don't want to do, but because it costs me a lot more. But if I have to, I will, so I can get these orders taken care of. I appreciate you guys' patience with that. But we have a lot of things coming up. We have those ball jigs that we're introducing. I'm hoping to have all the components this week so I can put it on the website and start selling those. And so I've been testing out some new braided line, because the braided line we're using now, the cost is going up, and I don't want to I don't want to have to push the cost of the braid up because I just want to keep good quality product at a good quality price. So I tested out some braid, and right now it's been working really well. So I'm hoping that it withstands our abuse a little bit more, and if it does, then I'll be ordering that brand. And but got anything to add, Chad?
The oysters were good.
Oh yeah, the oysters were really good from the shrimp guy. Rich, you got anything to add?
I finally contributed.
Yes, you did. You caught some nice sea bass.
Lost some nice grouper.
Yeah. Yeah, Rich had his biggest grouper he's ever had on right at the boat. It would have definitely been a keeper, and if it was in season, and it broke off right there as he went to go pick it up. But we caught some nice ones. We didn't fish for those too long. We wanted to get in so we can get everything cleaned up and get ready to go watch the Bucks game. So go Bucks.
Go Bucks.
All right, guys. Fish more, catch more, and we'll see you on the flip side.